All right, my friends. Good morning. Welcome to the PreMarket Prep. I hope everyone is having an amazing morning. Hope you guys had a great day yesterday. Good morning, Norm. How you doing today?
Hey, good morning, brother. I'm all right. How are you?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Missing some sleep. Kids were having a party last night. Not a good one, but overall, man, doing okay. Can't complain.
Me too, man. I woke up at 1:30.
Yeah, I was up. I think I closed my eyes for like about 3 hours total last
It's
night. So
miserable.
it's
It's all right.
you
When
know
they
how
go
that
off to
goes.
college, we can get sleep again.
That's when we can start sleeping again. Absolutely. All right, guys, let's get to it this morning. We have some interesting stuff happening here, guys. So, again, the market up slightly. No, we'll be talking about that in just a second. For those wondering over on YouTube, yes, there is no engineering the markets on Fridays. Jared does take that not off, but he just doesn't start that early on a Friday. So here, guys, we have our gappers list. A lot of stuff in the green this morning. Of obviously the spice up slightly. So, well, not slightly, it's up 1.4, and yeah, so a lot of stuff swinging the other way now. And then in our gapping down list, we have figs, which I'm not sure what's going on there, but we have the big guy today in the room, Twitter. So Twitter, with some interesting stuff there. No, let's actually jump right to that today.
You want to get to that or the SPY first? We'll talk about the SPY. We just had import price index. Actually came in a little bit cooler than expected, I believe. Imports and exports as well. University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index and their 5-year inflation expectations 10 a.m. And then Neil Kashkari from the Minneapolis Fed is speaking somewhere. I have no idea where at 11. Um, Yesterday, interesting day. Market was down pretty heavily once again, and it got down to a bear market is considered when it pulls from high and loses 20% from its previous high, and it got to 19.9 and bounced. So, it's not uncommon to have spikes in bear markets. Multiples, if you go back and you look at recessionary periods or bear markets where there were big drawdowns, there were periods in there where there were head fakes to the upside, and some pretty fierce ones, frankly, before dropping again. So, um, not too surprised to see that happen. Anyway, today we've got a massive gap up list. We've got, like you said, the elephant in the room, Twitter on the downside, and figs. So, as you mentioned, and I saw it literally the second it came out, I was like one of the first 100 people to retweet it, I think. Elon Musk at 4:44 my time AM, 5:44 Eastern, I think, tweeted out that the Twitter deal is temporarily on hold, pending examining if it's true that the number of fake accounts and spam accounts on Twitter is 5% or less. Now, been a lot of discussion on this. Obviously, I mean, he's been there's been talk about investigations into him with the SEC for accumulating the stake he did without reporting it on time when he passed the 5% threshold. And that's been in the news the last couple of days, and who knows, man? I've heard different, varying opinions on this. That he wants to back out of the deal, maybe. That he's got. I guess there's a $5 billion penalty for him if he backs out of it. So he might be trying to get out of that. That's what some people said. I don't necessarily believe that. Another I heard was that yep, a penalty for which is common in common in takeovers. Happens all the time, and a billion isn't even on the high end of how those go. I remember
Hmm.
there's been some in the past several years that the penalty was in like $6+ billion range for the breakup of a failed acquisition. Anyway, it, some people think he might be trying to negotiate a better price, considering what has happened in the market since he announced he was going to try to take it over. So yeah, it's definitely crazy. That's for sure.
Yeah, yeah, definitely insane here, guys. Huge drop this morning, and it has recovered a little bit since the big drop here. So it's recovered actually quite a bit, almost $10 actually. So yeah, it will be interesting for sure today. All right, guys, let's get to our list this morning. I'm going to remove what we have from yesterday.
It's not surprising to see the bit of that recovery,
Yeah,
considering how volatile things are at the time when that tweet came out. There's no volume going on, so it takes very
yeah,
little to really move something. We'll see how it acts.
yeah. We'll see how this range is going to trade today. I mean, right now the price is before the madness, right? Before we had this pop, so we're back at it here. So, again, this goes to answer a little bit of that question. We're getting that question a lot, Norm, right? Why people are not buying in if we know for a fact it's going to be 54, whatever the price was, right? It's never a set deal. You just never know, and these things can take months, years at times, right? When you're taking over of such a big company, so we'll have to see how that's going to be playing out here. All right, let's get to our gap up list. Actually, since we looked at the gap down, we looked at Twitter already. They're in play. We're going to put them right over here. There we go. Twitter. We'll be on the lookout for that. 21 million shares traded already, down 13% at the moment. And then we have Figs. Figs is here down 23%. This is what kind of company? I'm not sure what company this is, but they're down 23%.
They make scrubs and
Oh.
medical clothing kind of stuff, all compression socks, face shield. Anyway, they reported earnings last night, so they're
I
getting
see it
crushed
here.
on that. They were concerned. There were some supply chain concerns that caused their miss. That's what they blamed it on. So that's why they're down.
Yeah, so they're down a
Not one I've
bit
ever
today.
traded.
Yeah, and I don't think today looks any better than it has in the past, probably. So I'm on the fence on it. I'm not gonna add it to the list, guys. I'm gonna skip it for now. I think on our gap up list, we're gonna find some good things to trade for sure. Let's look at BWV this morning. They are also gapping down, just showed up, low flow, not doing a whole lot right now. Let's give it a little more time, see if this thing's gonna be anything interesting to look at. At the moment, there's nothing happening there. Um, let's head over to what's capping up. So this morning we have A firm on leading the way here, up 36%. So this had earnings last night, and we were talking about that. It looks like they
Yep.
crushed it, man.
Yeah. Yeah. For now. They've
For
been,
now.
they've been
Yeah, yeah.
so beaten down, man.
I know.
They've been so beaten down. Their high, if you go back to fall of last year, was 175 ish.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
sure that was their all time high in the mid 170s. They're $24. They closed,
Yeah. And when did the IPO? Because I know it's a recent IPO. I remember because this was one of the
early 21.
yeah, you can see right here is one of the companies that was that people were very hyped about. We're below our IPO. We're
Oh
below
yeah,
that at
well
that
below it. It IPO'd around,
60,
yeah,
yeah,
around
60 50 maybe. But yeah, look at this. I mean, it's just not fun. So any sign of life, you're gonna get that type of pop. We're seeing that here today,
actually IPO'd at
36%.
91.
Oh, 91. It just didn't record in the
Or it,
before
it
the yeah.
opened its IPO public trading at 91. That
Oh,
way, I
gotcha.
believe.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah,
So down at $24, guys. We'll see. Can it be in play for us today? Yeah, it can. I'm adding it here. 2.9 million, 36 percent up this morning. Beautiful pre-market activity. So today could be a day where we take advantage of this one. Let's take a look at the next one. We're looking at Hood. Hood right now is up 23%. Another one that's been getting crushed as well, has not been doing well. Not sure what's popping up, just overall market on these guys, but it seems like a lot for just overall market movement
well,
here.
there's some crypto stuff. It's popping. Coin got an investment from an outside
Mm,
source.
okay,
So
okay. All right,
yeah,
trying to revive coin here a little bit. But yeah, they're both up nicely this morning. I'm not too sure about Hood. If anything, if you want to play that news, maybe coin could be a good one.
yeah, I
They're
prefer
definitely in
coin over
play.
hood myself on the
Yeah,
catalyst, but
yeah, I agree. So gonna add coin here, guys. Yesterday they were okay. They were not great. I mean, they were so beaten down yesterday, right? So
Nas
oh
has
no
got
no
the info
no,
there. It was a separate one. Thank you,
I'm sorry.
Nas,
Yep, yep.
our good friend Nas.
Oh, okay,
that
okay.
that
There
that
you
has the
go.
flight
Yep.
simulator for his trading station.
Yeah.
Robinhood shares surge in pre-market as Hong Kong crypto exchange acquires 7.6% equity stake.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm. All right, cool. We'll definitely in on here for Hood again. Even with that, I just don't know how clean these guys are going to be. Um, Possible. Let's come back to it. We'll come back to it. Let's not completely remove it here. All right, MOLN. This one here is not looking any good right now, guys. Daily looks horrible.
This is a
Um, what is
Switzerland biotech. I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, no. Stay away from this one. Coin we have already. I think that's in play for sure. Great volume this morning. Good pre-market activity. AMC. Look at AMC go here. What's going on with AMC? I know the earnings was a few days ago. But they're getting a 10% pop today, which seems a little bit aggressive just for the market pushing up this morning. 1.4 million on this. Looks interesting. We have not traded AMC in a very, very long time.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Hasn't really been in play ever since it started falling on his face here. So, yeah, I'm not sure how good that's going to be. Here's Mara again. Oh, Bitcoin down
The
huge.
memes are
Yeah.
a little bit in the news and trading. As Kyle just pointed out, AMC and GME were both halted due to
Oh,
volatility at points of the day yesterday. So,
yeah, yeah. Um, So on this one here, guys, for Mara, again, I'm not sure. I'm not gonna add it today. We'll look at coin if anything looks to be the better one. You have Riot as well. They're up slightly. Not great volume. Not a great pre-market activity as far as movement at the moment. A couple of Chinese stocks here. We have Lee. This is up 9%. Um, again, I'm not seeing anything great on it, man. This list is huge. I'm not seeing anything good that's worth watching. So you know what? I'm gonna stop here, and I'm gonna give you guys an opportunity to throw some stuff at me there. I know we'll be looking at Nvidia for sure. Nvidia has been just so good to look at. I know we'll be looking at Apple today. Again, the market is up nice this morning. We'll see how that's gonna run after the market open. I do see NCLH here, but they have nothing going on. Nope. Okay. Cool. Tons of names here. Names that we've known that we've seen and traded in the past. Again, market is up. What is it? 1.5 I saw earlier. What is it now? We are sitting at 1.4. So that's going to cost a lot of stocks to get a little pop this morning, especially after the drop we had on the last couple of days. Norm, anything you like that you're looking forward to this morning?
yeah, I'll throw a couple out. Rivian, they got an upgrade this morning. They had earnings 2 days ago. Talk about ramping up
Wait,
production and
what's their
stuff
ticker
there.
again? R.
Rivian, RIVN. Um,
There we go.
Actually, Fisker too. I don't know that it'll trade well, but it had news about Foxconn producing cars for them. So who knows if something comes of that. And that EV sector and alternate energy sector is heating up a little bit today after being beaten down.
Yeah, yeah. We'll put plug here as possible for now. See what comes out of that this morning. Um, all right, guys, let's take it to the room. Let's see what you guys have today. We'll start with I see a couple of you guys throwing out Rivian already. And we'll start with Abi. You have Tesla. Yeah, Tesla will probably be a good one today as well. Yeah, getting a nice little pop here. 7%, 1.5 million. Again, Tesla definitely in play this morning. Well, not in play, but definitely moving with the
Oh, it's
market.
in
So be a
play.
good one.
It's in
Oh, it has
play. It's
some
got
news
the
today?
EV stuff. Well,
Oh,
the
okay.
Elon
Yeah.
and Twitter situation might affect
Might
that
help them.
too. Yeah,
Tesla's happy that he's not involved. He probably might not be involved in this.
yeah.
Oh man, that's good. So Tesla on there, guys. We'll keep an eye on that one. What else we have? I see. I lost my spot. A firm we have on deck. Yeah, I think A firm will be. Did we put it? Yeah, A firm will be a good one today. Actually, it should be on the top of the list. Hold on, it should be up here. It looks good today. I'm not sure why I put it as a secondary, but it looks good today. Normally I wouldn't trade this, but today it looks okay. Um, what else? Well, Chris, you're. Let me see. This thing keeps scrolling down on me. There we go. Take that off. Chris MC's giving me AMD. Let's take a look at AMD today. Again, similar to Apple, Nvidia, and everything that looks like that. I'm gonna put as a positive for now. AMD could be a good one, as we know. Twitter, we have Oxy. Oxy is up 2.6. I would like to take a look at Oxy a little bit later. Heading down, FSR, man, that's a is that's a blast from the past here, FSR, man.
It's the one I mentioned.
It's
It who
yeah,
knows? It has news. It's traded like garbage recently, but
yeah.
it's
It's
kind of on
been
my
a long
tertiary
time.
pile.
Yeah, this thing used to be a lot of fun, man. So yeah, we'll have to see. Let's do Apostle for now. See what's going on there. As Norm mentioned, Fabio Tesla. Let's look at Neo on your list and SQ. Let's see here, Neo. All right, Neo. Neo this morning. No, I don't know, man. I don't think this is looking good right now. You got a little pop, but again, VEV has some stuff going on there, as Norm mentioned. But man, we've seen better from Neo. So let's give it a little more time. We'll throw it on here. Don't worry, guys. I know the list looks long. We're gonna be chopping this thing very, very quickly, very easily here. Let's look at SQ. I actually saw a couple of you guys throw this one out today. What's the news on it? On SQ. Anything going on?
Well, they've got
SQ.
crypto exposure. I mean,
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, so they're getting a little bit of a pop today on here. Again, nothing great, but yeah, definitely one we can see if anything comes out of that. Microsoft is probably going to be similar to not today actually. I was going to say similar to Apple and AMD and everything else, but you got a little pop there, but they're not looking all that high as far as pre-market activity. So we just got to wait for the market open on this one on Microsoft. Um, what else we got here? Hood, we looked at, we have already. Tesla, we have. Yep, Twitter is good. Okay, guys, a lot of stuff already on here. Dan, you're giving us Lucid. Man, Lucid used to be so good. Well, not so good, but it was better than it has been.
there was a
Um,
period of time in which it was good.
yeah. Lucid here. Yeah, you know what? Today, with everything with the EV stuff, yeah, today could be interesting on here. I like the daily too, possible breakout there. Um, So we'll see. Yeah, we'll do levels for Tesla. We'll do levels for Tesla. They look pretty easy, the levels right now. You're stuck with the highs and lows at the moment. So, but yeah, we'll do levels for that. Um, okay, cool. Let's take it over to our YouTube friends. What do you guys have this morning? Hey, good morning, guys. Good morning. All right, good. AMC wasn't halted. Oh, you're talking about our comment earlier. AMD, we have PTE. Let's take a look at that one. PTE. Oh, no. PT, what was this? It's a penny stock,
They
but
did say it was
take
a
a
penny
volume.
stock.
Yeah, super. Yeah, that's how I went back to read the rest of the comments. Super huge spike due to positive news this summer. Okay. Yeah. Hey, listen, man. If this is your deal, if penny stock is your stuff, this one obviously in play today, 76%, 12.8 million shares traded. I don't really trade penny stocks. I don't think I have ever traded a penny
I can
stock.
still buy it for a quarter.
I can still, if I put $1 in here, when I get 4 shares, that's not bad, man. Put a couple of bucks, right? Never know. But yeah, I don't think I ever traded a penny stock, and again, it's just not my thing. But this one looks hot today. Thank you for pointing that out there. Amazon splitting soon. Is it? There talks
Yes,
about it. Well, do we have a scheduled month or something for this or no?
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't have no idea
June.
what it is.
They're saying June. Has
All
it been
right.
voted on by the shareholders yet? Is it does it need to go through that, or is there? In this kind of market, I don't see that as much of a catalyst.
Yeah. Right.
Obviously, it was a different story with some of the splits a while back.
Mm-hmm.
We had several of them that had huge ramps from the time they announced the split till the split.
Yeah.
But for something that's really not much of a catalyst at all, in this kind of a market, it's hard to get the same kind of reaction on that.
Yeah. And you're seeing now there's just not much going on
It
there.
hadn't done squat since that was
Yeah.
announced, except
Yeah,
for
unlike what was
done
it?
the
Tesla was a
opposite.
big one. Apple was a big one. I clearly
Hmm.
remember those two because they were just so aggressive, man. They
Hmm.
were moving up like the stock was like the company was becoming more valuable. Like something was
Yeah.
changing, and it's the same thing, but
Well, it's just
people
like
get
my kid,
excited.
man. If you cut their sandwich in four pieces, they think
Yeah,
they have four sandwiches.
right. They think they're rolling in dough, man. All right here. So, okay, so we're all set there. MULN. We looked at it, and I believe I did not like it. Let's take a look at this one.
My favorite Ford. No, no,
Yeah,
no,
I don't think I liked this one. Ford, Norma's favorite. Let's see. Uh,
no,
no,
no, no.
no. All right, let's head over to our community. Oh, we're a little early. Is there anything else we want to cover before we get to community events announcement. If not, we could jump right into that. We are
Uh,
running ahead of schedule, but yeah, well, let's do it. Let's do it, and then we can have some time for some Q&As. Let's look at our community events and announcement for the coming week, guys. We definitely have a lot going on.
all right, guys. It's Friday. If you sign up for the trial membership today or over the weekend, it's great time to do it. That way you can get set up and check out the community and stuff and the forums, everything else. Come in Monday, get a little bit of exposure to the chat room, and then you can go to the onboarding, which is open for all members, no matter their membership category. That's at 7 p.m. Every Monday night with Carlos, and then next week we've got the Dash Trader Pro Q&A with Kyle at 8 p.m. immediately following that. Next week, Peter's going to be talking about understanding fundamentals of the market, talking about cycles, both short-term and longer-term cycles, and major trends and such. And then Mike for psychology, it'll be Psychology 101. That's Wednesday at 8 p.m. Mentorship Thursday, great yesterday with John, Ed, and Thor. Don't forget about our free web-based replay simulator. Go to stocktradingsimulator.com. When you sign up, you'll be signed up for a couple of emails a week, one on Wednesday, one on Friday, that points you in the direction of what tickers and what times to look at to practice. And as I mentioned, the intro membership, you go to bearbulltraders.com. Scroll down on the membership table. You'll see the intro membership. Use the PreMarket 24 promo code to get a discount on that. 7 calendar days. High energy promo. That's what happens when I'm on like 3 hours of sleep, Gary. Plus my allergies are killing me today too. PreMarket 24 will get you a discount off the promo membership or the intro membership, which is 7 calendar days, 5 trading days in the room.
All right. Excellent, guys. Okay, let's get to it. Let's look at our list this morning. Guys, for those that haven't done so on YouTube, please hit that thumbs up. We appreciate it. We're sitting at a what is all-time low of 59 likes. We got to get better. Help us out there. All right, Friday the 13th. So far, not looking too bad. Not looking too scary here. Dan, I was looking at what you mentioned here. Lucid did trade better than Tesla. I agree 100%. Just looking at this here, you could definitely tell that it was likely the run. It was the same move, but look at Tesla. He has some really deep pullbacks. You didn't get that on Lucid, which makes it easy to stay in the trade, right? Makes it real nice to stay in the trade for the bigger move. When you have something moving like this, and this is a good something to keep in mind, right? Because sometimes we see, the bottom and the top. Yeah, but how did we get up there? Where was your entry? If you got in here, yeah, that's a good entry for a breakout. You got a couple of partials maybe. But this pullback here, I mean, you see a candle like that, and then you see the next one at some point, is this big enough for you guys? Um, let's do this because we got a little bit of time here. At some point, this candle here, this one right on here, was completely red, right? So it wasn't as fancy as it looks now. This was opened up here, came all the way down here, was a red candle. So when you see that, how do you stay in a trade like that, right? After you had an entry here, you had took a partial out. That's very difficult to stay in trade and catch the entire move. So sometimes you see stocks that move very nicely, right, in the overall move, but how they move within those candles, it's not pretty. This pullback here, that's not pretty there. That probably stopped out a lot of people that could have made a huge gain on that move there. Because look how it keeps going. Lucid, you don't have that. You have some really good pullbacks, some nice runs. This is healthy. Look at this healthy pullback there, right? Doesn't lose the level and then continues up. I mean, that is what you want to see. And it's difficult, guys. We get the question a lot too. Is it a pullback or is it a reversal? That's probably one of the hardest things to identify when it comes to trading, because I don't think you just don't know. Now there is some things you can look at, right? You gotta look at the volume, see how aggressive the volume is coming in, that new candle that's forming as a possible pullback or as a reversal. I think bigger time frames help a lot too. If you're stuck in the 1 minute, you can see things that are just too volatile. So you think you always got to look at least one time frame bigger than what you're trading in, right? I think that's important. So kind of see, it helps you zoom out a little bit, see the bigger picture. But yeah, this trade very clean, Dan. Very, very clean. Wish I had that one on my list. All right, let's get to our list here then in Twitter. We'll start with Twitter here. We'll go over to our daily. We'll look at our 5 minute at the top, and we're gonna fine tune this first. Actually, let's get rid of some stuff. Let's get down to six tickers here this morning. We'll start with Twitter. Is good. Coin. I do like their pre-market activity, man. They're looking really good. High volume the last couple of days. Although here they gapped down. They didn't move much. Right, they ended the day pretty much flat. Still good volume. We saw some good stuff yesterday as well. And today, that same type of volume can come in here. Already this morning is looking really good. This is really good pre-market activity. And what we mean by that, guys, it basically looks like the market is open. Like if I came in here and I put 9:30 here, right? You wouldn't tell. Now, if I put 9:30 here, you'd be like, that doesn't make any sense. But if I come here and put 9:30, it looks like the stock market is open. And the more of that you see, the more attractive the stock is going to be because you are getting volume and you are getting movement. It's just not moving sideways. So when we say, hey, that has a good pre-market activity, this is exactly what we're looking at here. All right, so that's good. Coin is good. Nvidia, also another good one as well. A lot of tech companies. I'm gonna put in. We got Nvidia, Apple. We have Tesla for the most part. No, not really. Tesla's more on the EV side. So we have Nvidia. We have Apple. I have AMD on this list. I'm gonna try to narrow this down to one, if I can. Actually, no. I think Nvidia and Apple both needs to stay for now. Although Nvidia has less volume, is looking much much better. So you know what? We won't get rid of Apple, but we will move them down. Let's do that. Let's move them down as possible. A very very good possible since they do have 1.4 million shares traded, but Nvidia it just looks much better this morning, as far as the way it is trading right now currently, and the way it has been trading when the market actually opens. Rivian is good. We'll keep an eye on that one. We have Tesla, so these two sitting on here, two are EV type plays this morning. We have A firm, which is also this morning trading very good, guys. Look at it here after 6:30, moving very nicely. Great volume across the board here. You got 3.3 of that happening. So that is nice for A firm. Probably one of the better pre-market activities I've seen in a while. All right, so I think we got a pretty decent list there. Twitter, Coin, Nvidia, Rivian, Tesla, and A firm. Towards the bottom, we have Lucid, which can actually be a good secondary to some of the EV stuff we have up here. We have AMD, it's good. Plug is not looking great right now, but Norm mentioned there is some stuff going on here that can trade a little bit better later. Hood, I just don't want no part of, man. It's just I think it's gonna be it just doesn't trade very well. How was it yesterday? Let's take a look. How was it yesterday here? If we look at I think that's the after hours, right? How was it yesterday? So yesterday. Not bad. We know without seeing the pre-market, the actual price action doesn't look too bad. But again, I'm just not a big fan of this stock, man. I'm gonna get rid of it. Let's take a look at AMC. AMC could be interesting, right? If this thing starts memeing here, we can get something going. 1.6 right now is up nicely. Yes, they had a nice run, 11 to 14. So that was nice there. So we'll see what it does today. Oxy, you can look at Oxy now, pre-market, even the daily is looking a little wacky here. And it can still put in a good trading day. But it's starting to get a little bit strange, right? It hasn't been trading as great as we saw in the past. So but we'll see. Market open will dictate how that's going to be. FSR, we'll see what happens there. And then we have NEO. I got way too many EVs on this list. It's just packed with EVs today, but that's okay. All right, I see it. I saw you guys throw out PLTR. PLTR is looking good. PLTR, what's going on there? I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Again, just got a little pop going on here, but I'm not seeing that right now. Carlos, is that something specific that you saw? Is there something specific that I saw in Oxy or simply on the watch? For what you're talking about, which stickers are you referring to? And what something is it that you're referring to? All right. So while we wait for that, let's take a look at anything else you guys have. BNTX, BNTX. Oh no. Yeah, I know this stock. I should know this by now. It's horrible. It's a horrible intraday trading stock. The volume is This thing, 2 million shares yesterday. It went from 140 to 155, right? Just that alone there. Let's go look at the action. You know what? I should today. I'm gonna probably do a replay on this. I'll go to trading terminal, do a replay on to see how this actually traded. I mean, what is this here? This is a 63,000 shares traded on this candle. We went from 140 something to 142 to 148, which is 60,000 shares. That's guys, that's scary stuff, man. That is, and here's the reason why, right? In case you're wondering, if you're just joining us on YouTube for the first time, or you're looking to get into day trading and you just want to get an idea of why this is, or maybe you've been trading and just never thought about it. That happens too. There's stuff that I'm learning all the time from people that bring stuff up that you never think about, no matter how long you've been trading. Um, this could be two people, three people that have a big account that can push this up. If they decide, you know what, I'm good right here, I'm gonna pull out. If somebody puts in their 30,000 shares, 20,000 shares, even if you have a stop here, their order is going to go in and get filled first. And you can be left with a pretty nasty slippage, right? This is an account killer. I agree, Chris MC. Now, don't get me wrong. You get caught on the right side of things and you got two or three people pushing this up. You can do very well very quickly because it's going to move very fast, right? But is it worth the risk, right? Is it worth the risk? And this is why this stock, man, I don't care how good it looks. Every day here is under some really low volume. So you just got to be very, very careful. All right. So be very careful with that. So yeah, who was that mentioned that? Jesse? Yeah, so just yeah, be careful with that. Again, it depends how you trade too, right? If you have a strategy where you're accounting for all of that and you can make money, can get some good opportunities, it's all good because this is what I love about the market. You can do all kinds of things, right? And still be able to make money, still have an edge, have a strategy. So but just be careful. Don't trade the way we trade normally here. Don't try to pull that on that stock, BNTX. It's just not going to work. You're going to get crushed. It's not an AMD. It's not a Tesla. It's not an Nvidia. It's not an Apple. You can't do that stuff with that. Okay, our list looks good. Secondary list we ran through already. I'm going to keep a lot of these for now. Still way too many on here, but I think this is just some good possibles on here. I mean, we know the defaults, right? We know Apple, we know AMD, Plug not so much, but we know Neo. These we could literally take off our list, and we know that for his scanners will be popping up for it. We know that there's some people in chat, some moderators that will be watching these, probably Lucid as well. So that if you want to watch some maybe some sleepers for today, AMC is going to be watched as well. Maybe Plug, and not even Oxy and FSR are probably the sleepers to that nobody's might be having on their list that we put on this list here. So be on the lookout for that. But for the most part, I think we have a really decent list today. Our gappers list is going to continue to grow. I mean, look at our gappers list, guys. Look at this. Everyone and their mother and cousins are showing up to this party here. So it's getting very, very big. You got American Airlines coming in at the end there. You got some VTNR, which I think is horrible. Netflix popping up here. Some good stuff for them. The PayPal, everything's here. Roblox. I mean, just name it. You name it, it's here. DKNG. So a lot of stuff moving with the market. Not too many things that are moving on their own catalyst besides the ones that we mentioned already. Twitter, which is obviously going against the flow here, right? Down 11%. So that's really in play. Its own catalyst. That should be fun today. As we take a look how that's going to be moving around. All right, this list is all set. Let's get some questions. We do have plenty of time. We got a couple of probably 14, 15 minutes. We'll do some questions and then we can fine tune levels here before we close it up. Our moderators are coming in with their list. I see Thor and Mike already have their list together there. Very, very tight list this morning, which makes a lot of sense there with the way everything is moving. AFIRM going to pre-market highs. Let's take a look here on AFIRM. Yeah, AFIRM is good today. AFIRM is really, really good this morning. Looking to break this pre-market high here. We're sitting at 25.50. I mean, their volume is just nice. Their order flow at the moment, everything happening here is really, really nice. And look at that. I'll leave that 25.48 there because if you look on the daily, you got some good areas of support here as well. That's a nice, beautiful area of support there. Look at the run. What's that? 8 days in a row on the green side of things there. So that's nice. That level is definitely going to be something important. All All right, let's get to some questions. Oh, what do you think of what do you think happened yesterday with BYND? Um, BYND. Uh, as far as what exactly, as far as the halt here, what exactly do you mean? A little more specific, because again, BYND, what they had, what's the earnings they had? Yeah, it was earnings, right? Was earnings, and they obviously did not do so well. But they haven't been doing well, guys. I mean, these guys been getting just crushed, right? All the stuff they put together about going into, I don't know, and I don't know if they're still in McDonald's. I don't know if they're still in what's the other one? Dunkin Donuts was a big one. I mean, these are huge franchises that usually when you have a company and you get a deal with like a Walmart, to put your stuff on their shelves. Dunkin' Donuts was all over the place. McDonald's, you crush it. Like you do so well, you can retire very very early. I don't know what happened with these guys. The meat it's not, there's no meat to it. There's no meat here. So I don't know what's going on. You get those type of deals. You don't come back down with the IPO price, right? That's like a CEO's dream to break into one of those big retailers, right? You don't expect to come back down here. So something is definitely wrong. Yeah, where's the beef? Something's definitely wrong with their. I don't want to say their meat, but something's wrong with their process. Something's just not right. Even if it's fake meat, doesn't matter. You break into those things, you make your work, and you take care of your shareholders. But somehow they weren't able to do that. So they gapped down huge yesterday. Nice rally. But as Norm mentioned, you can have this rally. You're still in a downtrend, man. I mean, yeah, you had the nice rally here. You're still in a very, very aggressive downtrend here on BYND, and not just because of SPY, because it just hasn't been doing well over the long run. What do I think about Apple's candle yesterday? Which candle? There were several. So let's look at which candle you're referring to on Apple yesterday. You talking about this one here, this huge one? Um, yeah, you gotta give me like give me the date, the time frame of the chart you're looking at in the time. Um, let's see here. All right, got more moderates coming in with their list. Very good. We'll take a look at what's happening there. Um, excellent. They're making fries now. BYD's making fries now. Oh, that's good. All right, let's see here. It was because Norm didn't get on board with BYD. I agree. If you don't have Norm on board, you're not gonna be successful. Um, all right. Can you add a 4 hour chart on DAS? I don't know if you can. You can come to DAS here. Click on this little right click, hit toolbar, and you can see some of the time frames. I think you can also add more. Click on here. I think you can add more too. You can customize this. I don't know how to do it, but I think there's a way to customize it to add your own time frames, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But here in the drop down, I don't see the 4 hour. You can add 240. Yeah, so you can customize this. It'll come up here. There's so many. That is so customizable, man. It is unbelievable. It's one of the things I love about it. You could do so much with this platform as far as customization, add what you want to add. It's just incredible. Hotkeys are also insane. How much stuff you could do with your hotkeys. I heard Burger King is going to discontinue the Impossible Burger because nobody buys it. Well, who's going to Burger King to buy a veggie burger? I mean, yes, there are some people that will do that, but for the most part, if you're attracting that crowd, right, which are obviously vegans, people want to eat healthy, they're not going to Burger King. They're not going to McDonald's. I would think they're not going to McDonald's, right? Not going to Burger King, right? It's not one of the places that they'll go get something, right? And if you have a family of a couple of people, and uh, everybody, only you want that, and everybody else eating something else, they're not gonna go there for that. Yeah, it's a tough gig. It's a tough gig. At least I think, my personal opinion. I'm not an expert on that business at all, so I don't know. Guys, let's get to levels here. 911 at the moment. We'll do some levels for all of these here. We'll look at our moderators lineup, and then we'll call it a day here as we are getting ready to end the week here on this last day of trading on a Friday. So let's start here with Twitter, guys. Definitely in play. You guys know the news. The deal is on hold at the moment temporarily. We'll see what that means in a couple of we might have an answer by this weekend. Who knows on what's going on there, but we'll see. Things like this can take a while when you're trying to buy out such a huge company. So Twitter here, we do have low of the pre-market 33.50. That's below the area we gapped up from when the news broke out. Right here broke out. Elon Musk is that was not even the buy. Was that that was the shares that he bought, right? That was the shares that he bought, and then from there it got very interesting, as you guys been know already because we've been following this here. So see who needs Netflix when you have Twitter, when you have Twitter news and everything else going on in the market. You don't need Netflix. So cancel your account there. Just get a Twitter account. You can have a lot of fun. 33.70, 37.71, another level of support happening here as well. 40.25. You can see that area also in the pre-market right now struggling a little bit. So you got two stuff there off the daily. Even down here as well, I'm going to mark this down, 35.58. 35.50, that's another good one there as well. So 35.58, and then obviously here 33.50. So a lot of levels because the range on this morning is 33.51, right? 33.51 all the way to 46. You got a big range this morning that you can play in. That includes the gap up from a couple in April here from a couple of weeks back. So that is Twitter. Towards the top, highs and lows of the last two trading days are surrounding the high of the pre-market. Don't need to add anything else there. Let's take a look at coin. A beautiful bounce. Have a nice base down here below 60. Tons of levels. I'm not going to look for anything else down there. You are all set. Your pre-market low is here over at 63.69. You can mark it down. That's okay. See what happens there. High of the pre-market 68.66. And I think from there, you're looking pretty good on that side. You do have this one day here, 70.79, and you have 82.12. Not major levels because I'm not seeing no more confirmation on this thing, but I don't think you have anything else to go by, right? You don't have much to go by. So those are the levels you got to stick with. There's not a time. I don't think we have been down here since IPOing at 350. So that is all you really have in here. Let's take a look at Nvidia this morning. So Nvidia is surrounded by the highs and lows of the last two trading days, making our job, I mean, really easy. I don't think you need to add anything else on Nvidia, guys. Maybe the high of the pre-market because we're just breaking above that 68, so 68.69. And I think you're set there at Nvidia. That's looking good. Rivian today, again, another one that's stuck between highs and lows of the last two trading days. Previous day close as well. 25.08 is a good one there. And then above the pre-market highs, well, let's mark the pre-market high first at 26.33, and then let's go up here at 28.72. So there it is. That's what you have there for Rivian. Here is Tesla. Tesla also getting a little bounce this morning. Up, well, not a little bounce. They're up 6.8. 783 is the high of the pre-market. The low is all the way down at 748, and you do have some levels in between here. Covering the price action. We're currently at 777. Yeah, we'll see where this goes. Again, Tesla, actually very active this morning, getting a nice little pop there. Here's Affirm. Affirm's pre-market action is looking really good today. Great volume, nice little pop there. 22.50 is the low of the pre-market. And then we can add on here 20.73 towards the top. A nice big level, 28.51 right on there. 28.51 held nicely there. We'll see if that's going to play something there. If you want to have a midpoint here, right? Your price action is at 24. Let's say you get one of those breakouts that John loves to trade. They're one of those half-day breakouts of that 24.548. Maybe 27. 27 could be an area where you might have a little, profit taken there as well. So that could be good there for Affirm. Looking very nice this morning. And that's it, guys. We're set. We got tons of other stuff here. There are some really good possibles. Apple, Lucid, AMC, right? This one could get going. We know how quickly I think it can turn up. So we would definitely be on the lookout for that. Let's get to our moderators lineup, guys. As where I am doing this, resizing this window for you guys. Hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. We appreciate it very much. Completely free of charge just for you, my friend, especially on this Friday as we end the week. So let's get this over here so it makes sense and you guys don't get no crazy mirror effect. I gotta find a way to do this faster. I do this every day. It's gotta be a way to do this faster, and I will find that. So let's bring it over here and let's look at our moderators lineup. INTC, I'll look at that next. Ruthless Rico there. I'll look at that next. All right, Thor, let's look at the SPY, QQs, Tesla, Twitter and Tesla, and then the pivot bot alerts. The Mike will be looking at Twitter, Apple, and SQ. Peter, wow, A lot of IPOs was Friday the 13th. Why would you put your IPO to open up on Friday the 13th? I don't know. It's just, I mean, talk about feeling lucky, I guess. Tiffany, Tesla, Twitter, Apple. Peter will be looking at AMD, Apple, A Firm, secondary list, Twitter, Hood, and GE. And then Dima will be looking at Twitter, A Firm, Hood, and also Apple on her list. So pretty good list there, guys. I think we're all set. We got a lot to watch today. Let's see how the volume holds up when the market opens, right? That's going to be key. Let's see how the volume holds up. It is Friday. You guys know that the volume dies down a little bit early at times. Sometimes the way that the SPY's been trading has been keeping us hooked to our screens to see what can happen next, right? Is the SPY has been doing that a lot lately. What can possibly go wrong today as well on Friday the 13th? What can possibly go wrong? But yeah, the market's been keeping us hooked. Many days is in play the entire day. Some of these stocks, right? Not just into 11:30. They're in play the entire day. So let's see what happens with some rallies happening or some drops happening towards the end. All right, 9:18. I'm well over my time, guys. Thank you for watching us over on YouTube. It is Friday, so remember you have to be very, very careful today, very disciplined. It's so easy to be, looking at the week now, being in the green and feeling very, very confident. It happens to me sometimes, right? Where you crushed it four days straight, you've been green, or maybe just 3 days straight, you've been just on a roll here. Everything you touch has turned into gold. The worst thing you could do now is end it on a sour note. It's always horrible when you end things on a sour note. Sometimes that last trade of the day can actually be how you feel for the rest of the day for some reason. That does happen as a trader. So today is crucial that if you are green, if you are crushing it, this week has been great for you, all the moves, that, you don't force yourself to have a green day. You don't have to be green today, but you do have to be disciplined. You do have to follow your rules and take a small red day. You have 5 days green. 4 days already. Take a small red, take a small loss, call it a day, start your weekend, sit tomorrow with your breakfast, family, friends, or mimosas, or whatever you're doing, and just enjoy the weekend. Don't think about it. Have some time off the markets, because if you give back some of those gains, or a lot of those gains you made this week, trust me, the feeling is brutal. And then not on top of that, and I don't want to take too much time because people are waiting for me. On top of that, it triggers things that will make other bad things happen, right? When you lose money, you want to make that money back, because, man, why just I didn't stop? Why didn't I take it off? No, you want to make that money back now. And then that triggers a whole kinds of things. Over trading, averaging down, which, by the way, averaging down is the devil. I know, trust me. Just don't do it. Take a small red. Be firm today that, hey, I am only going to risk this amount. This is what I'm willing to pay for today. If this doesn't work, I'm done. I'm calling it a weekend. You can hang out and chat with us and talk, whatever, but I'm done trading. I'm going to call it a weekend and just cash it in, right? So take care, guys. Have an amazing weekend. Hit that thumbs up over on YouTube, and we will see you guys on Monday. Take care. Trade safe.